Welcome to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I'm Joey Wright, joined, as always, by my two best favorite people in the whole world. Jeff Bell looking good. You're looking good today, Jeff. But Jagger, man, he's looking real good today. What is going on, buddy? How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great, man. I decided to try for you guys, not coming in bummy or wearing like the shirt that happens to be on the couch behind me.
I'm liking it. Jeff, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? How's Ohio State wins feeling?
We're wearing the same Halloween costume here, Joey. You know, dads, and that's what we're going for Halloween right now. Ohio State won.
Go ahead, yeah. Talk about Ohio State.
I was happy. Okay. That was a good thing.
My father-in-law went to Penn State. He was not happy yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I did call him because Arsenal also lost, so that was lovely too. But guys, we're going to be here with you today for an hour and a half, as usual, 90 minutes. First segment here today with Jeff, and then joining us at 11:30 will be Victoria. We love Victoria. She'll be here with us today. Why did I sound like Donald Trump when I said that? Not political. I think I sound like him. She'll be here with us today from 11:30 till noon, and then she'll hop in the Discord from noon until 1 o'clock to answer all of your start-sit questions over in the Discord. And then at noon, Adam Hutchinson will pop in with us and update us on some of these injuries. Guys, let's look at the injuries. They're already up there, Jagger. Moving those up there so fast for me as usual. Out today, Tajay Spears for the Tennessee Titans. So it looks like Tony Pollard's going to get all the work he wants today. Kendre Miller out. Also Christian Kirk. And the news came out was that Christian Kirk was possibly going to be traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. There was a trade in the works, so hate to see that. DK Metcalf also out. Dallas Goedert and Mike Evans will not be out there Monday night. Looking at questionable today, Amari Cooper, Drake May, and most of these guys, they are listed as questionable, but they are erring to the side of playing. Will Levis, Tony Pollard will be out there today. Brian Robinson Jr., I just saw a news story come across, and we'll ask Adam about this, where he looked like he was favoring his hamstring a little bit on the field during warmups. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. Tank Bigsby, Brian Thomas Jr., and Travis Etienne. I saw a news story this morning. Brian Thomas Jr. is expected to play today. Josh Jacobs and Bucky Irving on Monday night are questionable. Expected to play today, Jordan Love, Tyreek Hill, Derek Carr back out there for the Saints. Jagger, for the Saints, what does this do for the pass catchers for you?
I definitely feel I just went on a start-sit show yesterday, and I said never Carr. But in this case, I do like Carr better for the pass catchers than what Rattler and Jake Haener have been able to provide. Moreover, it's a really, really easy matchup today where I think it could be a get-right game for Chris Olave.
Okay. Puka Nacua also in there today. Tyrone Tracy, clear the concussion protocol. TJ Hawkinson making his season debut. Excited to see him out there. And Quentin Johnston will also be playing today. And let's go to the next one here. Not expected to play today. Zach Moss, T. Higgins is doubtful. Don't look like he's going to be out. Jamal Williams is officially out. And Jonathan Brooks. Jeff, I want to ask you about Jonathan Brooks. He has been on the non-active list for pretty much the whole season. He was activated through the practice window, but he still has not been put on the field. What happens if he's not officially activated by Monday?
He's got to be activated to be able to play in the 2024 season. That's the biggest thing that we're watching right now. And whether or not that activation happens, if it does happen, he doesn't actually have to play, but he has to be on the active roster. So that's the distinction. And that's kind of what we talk about coming into the games where you see 5 guys inactive, 6 guys inactive. That's making the active roster. So that's in consideration. Whether or not they want him to play the rest of the year, I think is the big question, because it does seem the language that they've used, the approach around it, they've been a little bit conservative on that approach, but we'll wait and see on Monday.
So in redraft, would you say if he's not activated to the active roster on Monday, he's droppable since he can't play for the season?
Yeah, I mean, he's ineligible, so he'd be, yes, absolutely. And this might be your last day to trade him. So if you're sitting out there and waiting 2 hours before the game start, and maybe you've got somebody in your league, in a redraft league, and you want to capitalize on some of that value, you don't want to carry the risk anymore, today's the day.
Would you be trading for him on Monday if you have for dynasty purposes for next year?
Yeah, I'm sure I have some contenders that I would absolutely go out there and get him, because we know how reactive that community in general can be. And so I imagine we so often, and we've talked about it, Jagger, on our Dynasty show, the thing that is going to happen, it's like there's an extra bump when that actually happens. So
yep. People like to double count.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, just a reminder, we do have the Discord going on today from noon till 1 o'clock. And then, hey, get an upper hand with a free Football Guys premium subscription. Go subscribe to footballguys.com right now. Get one of those. And you know what? While you're there, go to the shop and you can basically buy my outfit. You could buy my hat. You could buy my sweatshirt. And you could look just as handsome as I do. So, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.
Those sweatshirts, but they do sell my hat as well.
Oh, yeah. You got the white hat. Jagger, where can we get your jacket?
Timu. No.
All right, guys. Let's hop into these questions and see how everyone's doing today. Peter, first question of the day. Morning, gents. Is it okay to drop Anthony Richardson? He needs some space.
Yes.
Jagger.
Yes.
Oh, God.
That hurt. Jeff knows how bad that hurt.
All right. C. Blatch, 1 point per reception league. Start Romeo Doubs or DeAndre Hopkins? Jeff Bell, is this the day DeAndre gets going for the Chiefs?
I love the matchup, but we've seen the slow ramp up from some of these other receivers that have been traded. So that would be my biggest concern. At the same time, whether Jordan Love's injury, that's a concern on the Lions side. So I would say this is, I feel a little bit safer on a floor of Dubs. And if you really want to swing for upside or need to swing for upside, that would be Hopkins.
Hey, Munzie Muns, welcome in as usual. Top of the morning, gents. A little leprechaun like that. Dire Straits here. Oh, boyness. Need 1.5 point per reception league. Mostert, Lockert. Is that Coker or a Dunze?
Yeah.
Jagger.
Mostert is who I lean here because of 0.5 point PPR. I think they're using him just like they did last year. I know the Bills and Dolphins game is always weird. Jeff has said that. I did a deep dive yesterday about it. So weird stuff happens, but I know that he's a fast player. After that, I'd go in Dunze. I am not really on the Coker train. It's not him as a player. It's more that we forgot that Bryce Young is still Bryce Young.
Can we take a pause to just talk about Jalen Coker real quick? Because
100%.
There's a lot of excitement around him. And I think a lot of it comes out of, we were talking in our group chat a little bit yesterday about, you see these dynasty moves where you can add a player on your dynasty roster and then people will buzz about that and that will turn into a redraft move somehow. And it will just kind of bubble and grow out of control, basically. And I saw this morning, books have the line on Coker's receiving yards at 37.5. I mean, that's really, really low to consider putting somebody into a redraft lineup. So I think we feel like we're going to run into a lot of Coker questions today. I think all three of us are probably in a similar place where, we're excited for the kid and let's see it. Let's go. But right now, I'm not starting him in redraft leagues.
Oh, good ticker. I love it. You're muted.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
You're muted, Joey.
Okay. Anyway, go down to the next question while Joey figures that out. Technical difficulties, folks. Good morning, guys. I need one for my flex. Lockett, Sutton, Worthy. Also, which tight end, TJ Hawkinson or Ferguson? Jeff, forgot half PPR. I don't know about you. I like Lockett more than most people here. I like him over Sutton, but if you really need upside, Worthy's target share has jumped north of 20%, so that's fun. I do like the points for Hawkinson and Ferguson. For Ferguson in that matchup. Are you ready to put Hawkinson in your lineups? Like, if you don't have to, there you go. There he is.
Definitely not over Ferguson. I'm really conservative with Hawkinson, and I've talked about it on shows this week. I think that you're just seeing Justin Jefferson hyper targeted like Justin Jefferson, and I think we got some touchdown luck on some of the other plays, especially early in the season, which popped them onto fantasy radars. But if you look at what the Vikings are really doing, it's all just Jefferson and Aaron Jones, their entire offense.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I changed the setting to reduce the background noise, and look what happened. All right, Chris is in here this morning. Morning, boys. Love the show. Thank you so much. We love you being here. PPR starting Garrett Wilson, Josh Downs, Jacobs, Chuba Hubbard. In the flex, he's got JSN, Waddle, and Rashad White and Javonte. Thanks for helping me win my week last week. So it looks like, I guess that's who he's starting. So, now you're muted.
He's
Jeff.
asking about the flex.
Yeah, he's asking for a flex play.
Okay.
I like the first two options the most so far. I mean, I want to get your opinion, Jeff, on Waddle. I think I'm like putting Waddle in lineups. I got a lot of hate yesterday on a different show for it. Are you putting him in over JSN, or are you putting JSN because of this matchup and DK being out and Noah Fant out as well?
I'm probably putting JSN because of the matchup. That's where I would lean. Waddle concerns me just because what we saw previously, the Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle offense, and even then Waddle was kind of a wide receiver 15. Like his ceiling was definitely lower than what we had seen previously. And that's changed significantly with Devin Achane being involved and with Jonnu Smith stepping up. And I don't know that it's changed necessarily a healthy Tyreek Hill. It does seem that Waddle has been the guy that's changed.
All right. Citron Physics. Happy end of daylight savings. I know I celebrate that every year. Puka versus Mooney. Good luck to all. Good luck to you, Jagger. Puka or Mooney?
We were scared about Puka last game, and he came out and played. But I do like Mooney's a legitimate wide receiver too that you play every week. So I would put Mooney in to be safe. It doesn't sound good about Puka. It sounds worse than last time, and I'm a little bit apprehensive to throw him in if I don't have to.
Okay. So somebody asked me who my comeback player of the year was, and I immediately went to Kirk Cousins. But Darnell Mooney is definitely putting up a case for that. I feel he's really showing out this year. I know it's hard for a wide receiver to win that award, but all right, Jim with another one. I would like your opinion on Baker Monday. I think he's very handsome Monday night, or Burrows today. Also very handsome. Jeff, which handsome quarterback are you playing?
Definitely Joe Burrow. I think the Bengals, this is now or never against the Raiders defense. That's middle of the pack-ish, but I think this is Burrow. I'm not going to risk. It sounds like we've got injury situations around those Buccaneers receivers, not even Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So Baker, that's a tough matchup against the Chiefs.
Yeah, Jalen McMillan, he wasn't on the graphic, but he did tweak his hamstring in practice yesterday, they're saying. So I think I'm actually the 12th string wide receiver. What'd you say?
Was Sterling Shepard on the graphic too?
Yes.
He's questionable, but he's expected to play. Everything looks okay for him because he did practice in full yesterday. All right, Gabe. Good morning, Gabe with Triforce. Good morning, you beautiful people, and happy extra hour of sleep. And I actually got the extra hour of sleep, which is rare for a dad. If Brian Thomas Jr. ends up being out today, do I go with JSN or Cedric Tillman? Jagger.
I'm going to go with JSN.
Yeah. I might just avoid, if this is me, I might just avoid the situation altogether and just roll with JSN. I think that's a strong enough player that I don't need to worry about if Brian Thomas Jr. pulls up halfway through the game and then he misses the second half. I might make that.
And that's a tough matchup. The Eagles have been way better against wide receivers than they were last year. I think in our minds, we think of the Eagles and the Commanders as plus matchups, and the way that it's played out, especially the last month, they are not plus matchups.
It's been huge. Kenyon Mitchell has played every bit of up to his draft stock. Now they have Cooper DeJean out, and really you got to look at the data since Cooper DeJean's been in the lineup and when he hasn't been. So.
Luca in here. Good morning, guys. Pittman or Hopkins? Jeff?
Pittman for me with Flacco starting, I think is the way that I'm leaning there, and a game that could be wide open against the Vikings.
And then Chuba Hubbard, Raheem Mostert, or Chase Brown, Jagger?
I'm going to go with Hubbard here.
Okay. All right, Jim. Beautiful family on the beach. Still stranded. Standard League, need 2 wide receivers, Neighbors, Josh Downs, Puka Nacua, questionable, and then Brian Thomas Jr. is a game-time decision. So 2 out of those 4, Jagger.
You're definitely going to go Neighbors, and then I'm going to go with Josh Downs, especially since he's back with Flacco. And then you have a pivot with Brian Thomas Jr. depending if he's going to play or not.
And then Jeff, Chase Brown or James Conner for the RB2.
I've got James Conner slightly ahead of Chase Brown. I love today for Chase Brown, but I do have Conner ahead just because I think we're getting full bell cow work share for Conner.
Perfect. Yeah, Chase Brown should have a pretty good opportunity today. I liked his prop, the over 2.5 receptions. I kind of like that for him today. I put a little bit on that. All right, Matt in here with us. He's on the water. Look at him go. PPR, Waddle, Tillman, or Leggett. Needs one, Jagger. Who's that one going to be?
Waddle.
Okay. And Munzie Munz, another one. 6 point per passing. Roll with Kyler or stream Nix, Geno, Dak, or Stafford. So there's some options there for sure. Probably on the waiver wire there. Jeff, which quarterback are you starting out of those guys?
I've got Kyler ranked first still above these. And without maybe the Nakua recurrence of the injury, I would consider Stafford in a 6 point passing league. But with that makes me a little bit more nervous. And I do think Kyler is my highest ranked. So
what about say that someone was in a league that's not on the show right now, that it was a 1/4 point per completion between Nix and Geno Smith? What would you do there, guys?
I probably roll Nix.
Yeah,
that's because Baltimore, the passing attack is the way that you attack them, and the Rams are another one of those defenses that we think are terrible, and they've been a little bit better than expected.
Yes,
it's tough though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's where I've been the last 2 days, guys. Welcome to my world. And then, okay, be honest. Who thinks the show starts in 12 minutes? I got in here early today because I saw there's a bunch of questions, and I'm like, were people showing up an hour early? I think people were. No one wanted to own up to it though. Good morning, PPR. Flex Tillman or Tracy? Jagger. Flex one of them.
I'm going to flex Tracy, and RB2, you're going to play Pollard, right?
Yeah, unless he's out for some reason.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Dak Stafford's an interesting question. Jeff, do you have an opinion on that one?
I've still got Stafford ranked above Dak. I mean, maybe the Cowboys came alive and realized that CeeDee Lamb's their best player in the fourth quarter last week with their season dead, but we just haven't seen it for a full game yet.
I just pulled up my rankings, and I've got Dak at 11, Stafford at 12. So I'm like, it's a good question. I got them back to back. Okay, SK, welcome back as usual. Happy Football Sunday. Thanks for the great show. Thanks for being here. You are what makes it great. If you were not asking us questions, we would just sit here and talk about Halloween costumes. So PPR, one in the flex, Mooney or Hawkinson. It is tight end premium though, Jagger. So
still Mooney.
Still Mooney? Yeah, I think so. Mooney's a top, 15 option this week?
Yeah. Just he's a top, you could say he's a top 15 option, arguably. Know?
All right. And then Andrew in here. That's a LinkedIn picture, Andrew. Right from LinkedIn to here to Sunday Morning Live. Madison or Pittman Jr. and half PPR, Jeff?
I'd probably go Madison here just for work share. I don't know, a little bit nervous with Pittman pulling in that injury last week. There seems to be some weird stuff going on with Pittman, but Madison should get the bulk of work from the Raiders backfield.
All right. Andrew Goodman with a question for us. Sunday Fun Day. Good problem to have at RB running back this week. Half PPR. Who would you start? Monty, and Jagger said he's a must start. In most weeks, he is absolutely a must start. Chase Brown, Kareem Hunt, or Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, you've got a good problem there. You've got 4 good options. Jeff, we'll go to you. What do we need? One of them? Yeah,
I'd start Kareem Hunt out of those 3. I think those are 3 difficult choices, good choices here, but I do have Kareem Hunt ranked the highest.
Okay. And Steve in here with us. Good morning, Steve. Algier or Bucky Irving? Jaggers, you're worried about the injury there? Are you going to start Algier to be safe?
I would just, is Algier really safe? I guess I think I'd rather have Irving because even if he's injured, he has a role, and they said they're pain management. So,
And Algier has been kind of leading game scripts. They'll go to him. Trailing game scripts. We've seen Bijan Robinson have that bell cow role, and Cowboys could be a really back and forth game.
Mm-hmm.
Tua or Geno, Jeff?
I have Tua ranked above Geno. I'm not the biggest believer in Geno, so.
And I'm putting this up because I think it's interesting. He's in a 13-man league. Isn't that so? Do you get a bye week every now and then? That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's got Hill and Walker in a 13-man. That's really interesting that he's
All
right. And then Trevor Lawrence or Bo Nix. I think it's going to be Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Jagger between Chubb, Brian Thomas Jr., and Devonta Smith.
Pick 2 for flex. I'm benching Chubb if Brian Thomas Jr. is playing. I think they're both 1 o'clock games, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited about. I'm excited that Chubb's out there, but as far as a fantasy asset, I think he's like J.K. Dobbins as far as floor. So I'd rather chase the Brian Thomas ceiling.
All right, Big Mike. If Puka doesn't play, do I start Bucky or Nuke?
It's a good question.
Jeff.
Sorry, I'm having internet connection issues, so I apologize for that, guys. I'm playing Nuke Hopkins over Bucky Irving this week, I think. Again, that is a good Chiefs defense.
All right, and guys, shout out to Football Guys analyst Hutchinson Brown letting us know Brian Robinson Jr. is out today. Pregame
the running back?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
The pregame warm-ups did not go well. So thank you, Hutch, for throwing that out there for us. And you know what, Hutch? I trust you so much. I'm not even going to have one of these guys verify it for me. All right, pick 2.
Hutch just did for you.
Yep. So it's going to be Madison and JSN for you. Yeah. Dane, welcome in. And Dane, I need to be honest with you. I saw you on another show asking a question, I believe, this week. So we need to have some talks. But we're going to still answer your questions today. Morning, all. ETN or Bigsby in PPR, Jeff?
I'm ranking Bigsby ahead of ETN until I'm proven wrong.
Mm-hmm. And then would you start Waddle over Downs or JSN? I know earlier we said we would start Downs over Waddle, but what about JSN?
I think we talked about that one too. I think I had JSN over Waddle.
Joey was halfway paying attention this morning. All right, go hit those thumbs up, y'all. Yeah, go hit them. Annie, good morning. Love to see you in here. Morning, all. A little worried about Kyler versus the Bears. And the Bears have a good defense. Roll with him or Geno versus the Rams? Jagger.
I'd actually roll with Kyler here. 1, he's pretty mobile. 2, a lot of their defense is injured right now. Like Montez Sweat is questionable. Kyler Gordon is questionable. Jaquan Brisker is out. So if there's any time that the Bears are vulnerable, I'll take Kyler.
Perfect. All right, Jakob in here. Good morning, Starshines. Well, good morning to you. I need to sit 1 in half PPR. Chubb, Tyrone Tracy, or Xavier Worthy? Jeff, which one's hitting the bench?
It's kind of you need floor or upside here between Chubb and Xavier Worthy for me. I think I'm playing Tyrone Tracy for sure. And if you need the upside, it would be Xavier Worthy. If you need a little bit more safety, it would be Nick Chubb.
That's a good answer. All right, and then we've talked about Kyler a little bit, but on the other side of it, Caleb Williams versus the Cardinals. Would you rather play him or Geno Smith, Jagger?
Caleb.
Yeah, I think Caleb could have a really good day today.
Yeah, Arizona, they pressure at like the second worst rate, and all they have is basically a safety, who's their corner. I can't even name him.
The latest I've seen on Pollard is that he is questionable, but he is expected to play today. And Tyjae Spears is out today, so if he is playing, he's probably going to get a good amount of work. Chestnut's backing him up, though, I believe. And then, And then DJ Moore or Tyrone Tracy? Jeff.
DJ Moore. Oh, sorry.
That's fine, Jagger. You can answer sometimes.
I like Tyrone Tracy more than DJ Moore, to be honest.
Really?
Fight.
Yeah, I want to see it. I mean, DJ Moore has given us he had one good game in London, and like that's about it. And yeah, I think that Tyrone Tracy, I like what we saw last week.
I have to break this is why I only go to one of you, because I don't like there to be any type of like fighting. But I would go Tyrone Tracy. All right. Jordan Love or Caleb Williams? Jagger, which one?
Caleb.
Yeah. And then this is interesting. Jody and Travis, welcome in. Jeff, Flacco or Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, I was a total on Baker Mayfield last week, and it kind of burnt me. I still have Baker Mayfield ranked above Joe Flacco right
All right. Morning, y'all. Once again, asking about Brian Thomas Jr. due to circumstance. So in the flex, he's got Tillman at 1 o'clock, or he could do Brian Thomas Jr. and Brenton Strange at 4. I'm benching Deontay today. They said he's only going to get 10 or 15 snaps. He's still learning the playbook. So I would kind of fade away from all of Deontay Johnson today unless you absolutely have to play him and just pray for a touchdown.
Agreed.
But to get to that back to the first part of your question, we'll go to Jeff. So Tillman, are you rolling out Tillman at 1, or are you going to do Brian Thomas Jr.?
I'm definitely ranking Brian Thomas Jr. above Cedric Tillman. So I will start and say that. Okay. I don't love the matchup against the Eagles. Again, I already talked about that. If your pivot's Brenton Strange, because I mean, if you're going to Josh Jacobs as your other play, your pivot is Brenton Strange. I might be a little bit more conservative and just play Tillman because I think he's shown the last couple weeks he does have ceiling. But yeah, I would rank it, but I might play Tillman just because of your circumstance.
Yeah, strategy of it, like not a good pivot option.
No. All right, and then so yeah, Brian Robinson will not be going today. Would you start Mooney, Keon Coleman, or Charbs at the flex? It's going to be hard, Darnell Mooney.
Yeah. Charbs shouldn't be in that question.
Not even close. Darnell Mooney is like 2 tiers above those guys. So like you guys said about David Montgomery last week, here's your come to Jesus on Darnell Mooney. If you have him, you're probably going to put him in that lineup if you can.
Well, and we need to come to Jesus on Keon Coleman too. 7 targets each of the last 2 weeks, 70 and a touchdown 1 week, 125 the other week. I mean, Keon Coleman is doing things.
Fair.
A lot of people going to Jesus this week. Tyler versus Chicago.
Jeff was talking to me. Jeff was talking to me.
Sometimes people need it. All right, Kyler versus Chicago or Darnold versus Indianapolis? Jagger.
This is. Do you need upside? Because I would go Kyler. If you want like a safe floor, I would go with Darnold here. But I have Kyler and Darnold ranked back to back with Darnold ahead.
I do too. Do you have an 8 at 9?
7 and 8. That's close.
Ooh, we're close. Oh, look at us. You got Mahomes below them both?
Yeah.
Look at me go.
Mahomes at quarterback 5 this week. I think
this is the get right game.
Yeah, the Bucks are horrendous against the pass, and I think we're due.
I get excited every time the Bucks play a game and they have the ball first, score a touchdown. I'm like, yeah, here we go. And they give up like 7 more touchdowns.
Primetime island game, Monday night game, full day of talking just about how Patrick Mahomes is disappointing. And then he just goes out and throws for 404 touchdowns. I mean,
I really thought the Kermit puppet was going to bring it out of him against the Raiders last week, but it didn't really. All right, Jeff, you're about to get out of here, but we're going to get a couple more questions out of you before you go. Worried about Puka. Should I start Ingram instead at the flex?
I love that. If like Puka, I've said this on several shows. Ingram is like a wide receiver to me. The tight end designation does not matter, and I think it's Ingram day, to be honest. If especially if Brian Thomas Jr. is out, so I think that is an easy pivot for me.
Yeah, I think if Brian Thomas Jr. is out, they do play 2 tight ends with Brenton Strange playing pretty regularly, and Ingram almost does get treated as a wide receiver.
All right, and DJ Moore, Shakir, or Cade Otton in the flex in another league. Jeff, what do you think?
Shakir for me. The Bills. Josh Allen eats against the Dolphins. Shakir 110 yards last week. Going with Cleo.
You can't legally eat a dolphin anymore in Florida.
Well, Josh Allen does.
Mm-hmm.
He's their daddy.
Messed up. Where's my country gone?
I know. It's an election Tuesday. We can fix all this if we just try. All right.
We
Jeff,
gotta
quit. Thank you so much for being here. As always, give us those words that we love so much.
Well, first, I do want to say that, between myself and having Victoria as the guest, Alfredo, the Sunday morning show is clearly definitively going towards the Bills over the Dolphins today. So there you go. We love you, Alfredo. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Go out there, win, just win. And that's all you need to do.
Bye, Jeff.
We love you, Jeff. Yeah. All right. Victoria, welcome in. How you doing today?
I heard all the good things that Jeff was saying, and that's that. Sorry, Alfredo.
Yeah. I will say, being in the Floridian and a neutral party, because I'm a Bucks fan. Dolphins fans are a lot worse than Jaguar fans.
Really?
Hands down. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just they fight when you go to the games. They're just awful. Jaguar fans are interesting because a good portion, I would say 50% of the fan base, doesn't wear Jaguars gear, but they wear like Jaguar print clothing. So it's like a jungle in there. It's pretty crazy. So,
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. All right.
I have one question before we get started.
Yes.
How many start sits have you had about Coker this morning?
Only one, and we gave a speech.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hopped on late. I was hoping to catch the beginning, and that's all I wanted to know.
We had a funny banner too. Let's put it up again.
Woo.
Jeff breaks down the Coker up again in Charlotte. So that was pretty funny. Somebody thought of that on the fly.
I'm so surprised. Only one, but it is early.
Yeah, it is early. All right. Well, Victoria, you're here with us today for the next half hour, and then you're going to be over in the Discord answering questions over there in the Sunday morning AMA. So get excited. That's always a lot of fun. I did a big one on Reddit this week. I had like 300 questions. It was crazy. So there won't be as many there, but you'll have enough to fill an hour. All right. Well, let's hop right into these questions, guys. Oh, wait, Victoria, how was your Halloween? Did you do anything fun?
No, I'm actually one of those losers who just isn't too high on Halloween, to be honest. But it was a good time.
Jagger was high on Halloween. He is high on Halloween. So, all right. Also, TJ Moore, Shakir, or Otten in the flex. Jagger, I ask you as you take a drink.
Shakir.
All right. Michael Lee. Michael, welcome in here. Happy PR. Jerry Jeudy or Keenan Allen. Victoria?
Oh, my. Keenan just by a slight edge. And then he's got Raheem Mostert or Tank Bigsby with ETN back. Raheem Mostert touchdown dependent. But
It's a big touchdown, though. It's normally like a 60-yard.
Right. So. I'm still going with him.
All right. And then Jagger, Dak, or Burrow?
Burrow by a lot.
And Epidemic 619. So San Diego Epidemic. Carpe diem, mis amigos. Half PPR. Javonte Williams or Clear Shakir? Almost got me there with that. Victoria?
Khalil, definitely.
Yeah, hips don't lie with Shakir. All right, start 3. Tracy, Downs, or Devonta Smith, or Najigba. So there's 4 options there, Jagger. Bench 1 with Brady. And just lots of smiling and white teeth in that picture. Look at that. That's like a Colgate commercial.
I'm probably benching Downs here.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe Najigba. Like it's between Najigba and Downs to me. So I'm going with Najigba as the only wide receiver in Seattle right now, besides like Lockett. So
okay. Fair. So for the next question, Brady, go ahead and just bench JSN. Since you had the other 3 options up there as well. All right. And then Mooney or Tillman, it's going to be Mooney. We're real strong on Mooney this week. Actually, Victoria, how do you feel about Darnell Mooney? Are you good on him?
I'm with you guys. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. And half point per reception league, start Chuba Hubbard or Josh Downs or Jalen Waddle in the flex. Victoria.
I'm back on the Downs train.
Yeah.
Back on the Downs train this week.
Go ahead, Jagger.
Oh.
No, I thought Jagger wanted to say something. Okay,
I did, but I censored myself.
I thought you had like
okay. You're watching me censor myself in live action. If Downs would start, if Downs, would you start Chuba or Jacobs Monty over? Yeah, I'd still put Jacobs or Monty in.
Yes, agreed.
All right, Michael, welcome in. Thanks for being here as usual. Good morning, guys. Love the show. Hey, we love you. Thank you. D-Hop or Javonta in the flex? Jagger.
D-Hop. It's a killer defense for the Ravens as far as the run game goes.
And then Victoria, Quentin Johnston or Parker Washington in the flex, and it's PPR.
Oh, goodness.
Bad.
I'm still going QJ. I know they're down some wide receivers in Jacksonville, but it's not a great matchup for Parker Washington.
Is this go back, Joey? Is this the same team? Because there is the option that you could just put D-Hop at your wide receiver and then Javonte in the flex. Right?
Great point. Yeah, I'd probably rather do that, to be honest.
Yeah. If it's the same league, I don't know.
Hopefully Michael's still watching.
Yeah.
Leo, welcome back
Hello,
in.
Leo.
Howdy. He's got the little cowboy hat. Love to see that. Would you start Goff or Knicks? Ooh, Victoria, Goff or Knicks today?
Bo Nix has been on a tear, baby, and Jared Goff's
Woo.
playing outside for the first time in like 3 years today, so I'm a little nervous.
My mom says hi to everybody. So say hi to
Hi,
my mom,
Mom.
everybody.
Hello.
It's my mom.
Sorry, we're not Alfredo.
Yeah. Do you know about that? My mom has a huge crush on Alfredo.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like a
god,
real thing.
that's hysterical.
Yeah. I think so too. Hey, it's the Brewers logo there. Hi guys, big fan. Oh, he's a big fan. I wonder who he's a big fan of. Have a tough flex decision today. Chuba or J.K. Dobbins. Standard scoring. Thanks and good luck, Victoria. Standard scoring, Chuba or Dobbins. Where are you going?
Chuba, I think here Dobbins has not really topped a high rushing day in weeks, so I'll stick with Chuba.
All right, Michael. And here with this flex. Full PPR. His choices are Madison, Bucky, Bigsby, or he can drop Warren and go get Coker, Slayton, Elijah Morris, or Tolbert. So he's got some options here. I don't think you need to drop anyone. I wouldn't drop Warren at this point, even though he hasn't looked too wonderful. Still think there might be something good on the backside there for him. So out of Madison, Bucky, or Bigsby, Jagger.
I like
Michael.
Bigsby because he's safe, but Madison is also like ugly safe. So do you want to go fun safe or ugly safe? And then Bucky's injured safe. So
My wife had that same decision before she married me. She could have fun safe or ugly safe. And
you're
my
fun
God.
safe.
she chose fun. Thanks, Jagger. She did. She was rough. All right. Kind of look like Ernie, actually. All right. 10 team PPR. Need 2 from these wide receivers. So Keon Coleman, Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, Douglas Watson. So he's got Coleman and Waddle in at the moment. He's iffy on Waddle. Victoria, I gave you a lot of information there.
I'm also iffy on Waddle. I was kind of talking smack about him this week on the show with Dave and Alfredo. So I'm going Keon and probably Calvin Ridley after last week. I can't sit him after that.
You got to do was it the wide receiver episode this last week?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
It was a good time.
You have to do the tight end one next week. So thank God tight ends actually started scoring points last week, so I could talk about some. So, all right. Nico, what's up, boys? And yeah, Nico got in here early. He didn't see. Full PPR. Got to pick one. Jaden Reed, Ramondre, or Tyrone Tracy. Victoria, where are we going there?
Oof. I like Tracy. I mean, I love Reed. Reed's got the ceiling, but the rain, it's got some people a little scared. Are you guys scared of the rain at all today and Jordan Love injury? Not at all? Woo, all right,
Jaden Reed gets manufactured touches. He just needs to run.
Yeah, all right, you guys. It's Reed. It's Reed.
All right, Adam in here. Good morning, fellas.
Hi, Adam.
Burrow, Gino, or Herbert, Jagger?
Burrow.
Yeah.
It's a big Burrow day. I think it's a big Burrow day.
Yeah. All right. BJL. No photo. Just incognito today. If Pollard goes, deciding between him, Tillman, or Worthy in PPR for his flex. Victoria, help him out.
Pollard is active. I'm sticking with Pollard here.
Did you just see that Pollard's active?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah.
Yep.
Amari Cooper is out.
Amari Cooper's out. Yep.
Ooh, okay, that's big news. And our correspondent on the ground, Dave Kluge, there in Buffalo, telling me that Amari Cooper is out. I should have looked up. Told me 9 minutes ago. Boy, that would have been fun breaking news to put on the show, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Cooper's out. Zach Moss is out. T. Higgins, Brian Robinson. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony Pollard in. Tyler Boyd and Curtis Samuel in. I don't know if anyone's starting them in very deep leagues, but
I was about to say, you're hurting.
I had a lot of hopes for Tyler Boyd in Tennessee with his OC again, but no, didn't work out. All right, Ben Wellman, Jordan Love, or Bo Nix? Jagger.
I think I have Jordan Love ahead, but actually I have Bo Nix. I'm sorry, because of the Ravens.
All right, we talk about Jesus and Carpenter start showing up. What do you know? I'm concerned about Pollard being limited. Start one running back, PPR, Pollard, Tracy, or Chubb.
You could stick with Pollard if you're worried about the injury lingering here and Chestnut getting more work. Tracy's a safe option to pivot to, in my opinion. But I'd be still sticking with Pollard, probably. That matchup is crazy.
The winner of the most pro wrestling like name of the day, Mason Manley. Tony Pollard, Tyrone Tracy, or Rico Dowdle. Jagger.
I'm going to start Tyrone Tracy.
All right. SB in a scoring league only, so touchdowns only. I assume that's what that means. I need one of the following: Josh Jacobs, Brian Thomas Jr., Terry McLaurin. Victoria, who's getting a touchdown today?
Ooh. This is tough. It's between Josh and Terry for me. And Terry's kind of been on a heater lately.
No. I'd probably go with Josh. Oh, he's questionable though.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, might be Terry.
All right, I'm going Josh. You convinced me.
There you go. That was a strong argument that I put up to. PPR start Pittman or Christian Watson. Jagger.
Pittman.
All right, Cheryl Gray. Welcome in, Cheryl. Happy to see you again. Would like to start one Buffalo pass catcher today. It should not be Amari Cooper. So TJ Hawkinson or Jaden Reed with Dalton Kincaid. So Dalton Kincaid would be the pass catcher from Buffalo you want to start. Who are they starting alongside Dalton Kincaid?
Jaden Reed is their only option. I mean, like TJ Hawkinson's only coming back. But this is his first game. And you really just got to go Jaden Reed and Dalton Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And just a reminder, guys, if you've not liked and subscribed, go ahead and do that. What was that?
We can tell when you don't.
Mm-hmm. We have a whole list. And that's we put all the flaming bags of dog poop on Halloween night. Yeah, I called it poop. All right. Chiefs defense or Chargers defense, Victoria?
Chargers been giving you a decent floor. I'm sticking with Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Jay, sup, homies? What's up? Did I say that right, Jagger?
You did. You did great.
Okay, thank
Oh
you. Pray you well. Jacobs or Tracy or Devonta Smith for the flex? Victoria.
Devontae Smith. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say the same thing.
All right.
That's
Jagger
tough, though. They must have a loaded roster.
Yeah, sometimes they just come in to brag, Victoria.
Yeah, that's fair.
And tried, All right, Jagger, Ladd or Marvin Harrison Jr.? I've seen this question a lot this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It's usage that bothers me about Marvin Harrison Jr. Him being in Chicago, I think that they're going to be stupid and they're going to keep him in one spot as a sacrificial X, and Jalen Johnson is going to shut him down the entire time. So I have him faded fairly low. So if you just need a safe bet, I like Ladd McConkey against Cleveland, especially if it's PPR. That's a huge facet as well.
Great analysis there.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
Thank you.
That's why you're giving analysis and I'm hosting. Mojo, I have Walker, Hunt, Connor, and Tracy. And I'm only able to start 3 of them. Victoria, which one are you going to bench?
I don't like this question. It was the obvious. I guess Hunt probably has another couple weeks of decent fantasy production, especially Monday against Tampa Bay. He should get in the end zone. So Connor's got a tougher matchup. This is a tough one, guys.
Yeah,
I'm benching Connor probably.
Yeah, I mean, that matchup's not great. I mean, you just talked about, I know the wide receiver matchup for Arizona, but the running back matchup is not any better. So, yeah, okay.
As far as pickles go, Mojo, you got a good one there. And that's a good problem to have. So good morning, guys. Tough flex decision today. Dobbins or Chuba Hubbard? Victoria, which one?
I think we did this one. I remember the logo, but maybe it was a different question. But I'm going Chuba here.
I think it was a different question. I could be wrong. I'll go back and check the tape. I always do after the shows. I go back and watch my tape like I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
Tillman, Coleman, Leggett, and DJ Moore. Which 2 should he start in a PPR league, Jagger?
I think he should start Coleman and Tillman. Oh, wait, is that DJ Moore? If that's DJ Moore, you should start Coleman and DJ Moore.
Yeah, you're like Elijah Moore or DJ.
Yeah, I was like,
Elijah Moore
yeah.
or David Moore. I mean, there are people starting David
Oh,
Moore for the
David
Patriots
Moore.
this week. I know.
R.I.P.
He's still alive, I think.
Well, not in my light and on my lineup.
See what's happened. David Moore is in his locker right now watching our show pregame, and now you've
He's
just
fired
fired
up.
him
Yeah, he's real
Put me
fired
in,
up.
coach.
All right. Hardest question of the day from Davik Luge. Jalen Coker or CD Lamb? Victoria. Well, actually, we're going across the board on everyone on this one.
Guys,
This is tough, man. The legend of Jalen Coker has only just begun, guys. I mean, if you think your wide receiver makes the quarterback, then he is the guy for you. An undrafted dude with Bryce Young in an ideal matchup. But I think I got to go CD Lamb. It's tough, but
it's really close to my rankings, but CD.
Part of me really wants Coker to be better than. I mean, I don't want that to happen, but just to go back to this, like just screenshot, like, oh, you're wrong.
Well, it's the thing is Coker could go off, guys, but it's objectively bad process to like get this excited about it. I think you can't tell me like Bryce Young, man, he's going to make this undrafted rookie just snap. He's, it's, I don't know.
I think Coker might be like a little hangover from the Tillman effect because Tillman, there's a precedent there why he would look okay with Jameis. This isn't the same thing. All right, Jeff, welcome in, Jeff. Good morning, gents. Half PPR, need to fill running back, wide receiver, and flex. So you're not one to do anything. You just want to do us all for it. We'll do it for you, Jeff. That's fine. Neighbors, Cup, Downs, Hunt, or Stevenson. So
Hunt
we need to fill a running back, a wide receiver, and a flex. So let's get the running back out of the way.
Yeah, Hunt over Stevenson's the easy one, I think, for everyone. And then for wide receiver, you're going to put Neighbors in. Everyone says Neighbors and Cup, but I'm looking at Downs. Downs and Cup is a real question. I think I'm just going to put Cup in because of Puka right now being out, and like we forget that Matt Stafford's actually good at football. Everyone was just hurt.
Is Puka out?
He's trending to play.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to correct you or anything. I just wanted to double check because if I didn't know that if that happened. Jordan Addison, Wandale Robinson, Cedric Tillman, or Josh Downs. Pick 2, Victoria.
Downs and Tillman here for me.
I like it. There are some people that literally really like Addison today. I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's why. That's
I don't think the Vikings like Addison.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? Didn't he post a week ago?
Free 3.
Come on, dude. Why don't you just drive the speed limit first, and then we'll talk about it.
I don't know if we should answer this question, guys, because he's adding Jeff, so he doesn't want Victoria's opinion. He doesn't want Jagger. He doesn't want mine. I mean, nobody wants mine. But I don't know. Should we answer this question, guys?
Yeah, why not, Michael?
Okay. All right, we'll give it to you, Victoria. What are we doing with one of our flex spots? Ford as a change of pace from Chubb or AJ Barner with Fant out?
Sheesh. This is so. Yeah, my goodness. I mean, Ford is just coming back this week from injury, right? I don't know if I want to. I don't want to even give him a look. But AJ Barner is a deep cut.
I was about to say, but like AJ Barner excites you?
No, this is not an exciting question. We actually should have probably passed on it, but yeah, I still have to stick with Ford. I'm not happy for either one of them, but yeah, AJ Barner, that's a deep cut.
All right, and then these 3, it's going to be Darnell Mooney. We're really in lockstep with Darnell Mooney today. And J Stacks PPR sit 1 Hunt Dobbins. Okay, so Brian Robinson Jr. is going to be sitting out of these options for you.
Beautiful.
And then Chargers D or the Saints will be Chargers D. And then that's a very Irish person, so very green. Good morning. Glad to see Movember off to a great start. PPR, pick 2, Brian Thomas, D-Hop, Waddle, Keenan Allen, or Khalil Shakir, Victoria.
Shakir for sure. Did you guys talk about Brian Thomas in the beginning of the show? I mean, you're playing him if he plays, essentially.
Yeah, and what you're going to do? You're going to put Brian Thomas in your lineup. D-Hop is a night game, so you have the pivot there. So that's what you're going to do.
Completely
I
agree.
love it. Too short. Amari Cooper, Jalen Tolbert, or Tank Bigsby, Jagger.
Well, one of those isn't real. The other one is out. So Tank Bixby. Actually, I love Jalen Tolbert. The Cowboys just suck right now.
And
G Dragon.
this is the one. Yeah. Dragon, we got this question.
We got this. Ask one time,
wait
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. JSN or DJ Moore? Victoria.
DJ Moore. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, DJ Moore, yep.
I'm
Right,
a quiz bowl kid, so I'm like, buzz in. I was like, I know
we should do that one week. That's how we're going to do it. Like week 18, if I don't go to the Bucks Saints game, that's how we're going to do this, is buzz in if you want to answer.
Love it.
All right, PPR, one running back and one flex, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, Marvin Harrison Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., and JSN. You've got some good options there. I would actually fade away from Brian Thomas Jr. in this case because you do have, I think, 4 really solid options. And the running back, I would actually go Chase Brown. I think he's going to get all the work he can handle today in Cincinnati. And I like Marvin Harrison Jr. Sorry. And Geek, what's up, Geek? Who should I start as my QB2? Victoria, will go to you. Caleb Williams, Joe Flacco, or Bo Nix?
I'm on the Bo train today. I really am. That matchup should be nice.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like where Jakob's at. Ask a question, hit the like button. Yes, that's the new.
Yes, thank you.
That's what we're doing here. Also, good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Geek.
Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Happy to see you. All right, Chris, you're very, very welcome. David Dutton, full PPR, sit 1. Pollard, Waddle, Shakir, Ingram, or Laporta. Those are some good options. Jagger, put one on the bench.
Waddle.
Yes. Continue with the Waddle.
Cadell Frazier, start Waddle or Xavier Worthy? Victoria, start one.
We know where she's going.
Xavier Worthy, baby.
This is the Never Waddle
show. I was just going to say, hashtag Never Waddle today.
Makeshift Chris tried to show up to outdress Jagger, but I don't know if he succeeded. Start 2 between Chase Brown, Chuba Hubbard, and Kareem Hunt. Jagger, I'm going to guess it's going to be Brown and Hunt for you.
Yes.
Perfect. And I told a joke earlier in the show, and it went, wait, it probably just wasn't good. But Carpenter's back, full PPR, Hawkinson or Komet? Victoria,
Komet.
Where are we going?
Yeah, I'm with Jagger from earlier, like kind of waiting on Hawkinson, giving it a week or 2.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Let's not just have to, you know.
It's not just a 1 week injury with Hawkinson. I mean, it was a season-ending injury that he had last year, and so it's his first week back. Yeah, slow roll him out there. Jack in here. Good morning, guys. Jack. I didn't listen to your advice last week and started Richardson instead of Winston in my Superflex league, and I lost. Well, that's what you get. No, I'm just kidding. Let's try this again. Winston or Flacco as his second quarterback? Victoria, help Jack out.
Oh, guys. I don't know. This is kind of close for me here. But I think I'll probably stick with Winston. Would you guys go Flacco there?
I would go Flacco because of the Chargers are just annoying as heck. They just eat up the clock, and their defense is stout enough to where it really limits other offensive production.
Yeah,
it would be Flacco for me because I have Jameis PTSD. Like I had him as the Buccaneers quarterback for so long, and I've seen the bad games when the matchups are tough. So I just don't. Yeah, it'd be Flacco for me.
Okay, Jack, make sure you listen. Go Flacco this week.
All right, Murray or Stafford? Jagger.
Murray.
Kyler Murray's been so frustrating to have this year. With just
has he really? He's not really. He's only dipped under 18 points one time. Like, is
that really true?
Yes, one time. Like he's been frustrating if you own MHJ, but like fantasy, he's like perfectly acceptable. I don't get it.
I'm trying to figure out what Steve is punching. Is that a cactus?
Is this a tree? He looks like he's in Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Jag, it's because the league I have him in is only 4-point passing, so it's been not great. It's been not great.
And he has the longest passing TD streak, actually. He's thrown a passing TD in 15 straight games. So.
Good Jagger with the stats today.
I know.
All right. So Dobbins or Tracy in PPR, Jagger?
In this case, Tracy for sure, especially in PPR.
All right. The show has started, everyone. Happy time isn't real, but football is. Day football guys. Mr. Scampers is here.
Hey, Mr. Scampers.
Everyone's favorite Jack Cat. He's got a question for you, Victoria. Half PPR needs to Kraft versus the Lions, Waddle, no, not Waddle, or Andrews versus the Broncos. Or is this the time you would start Waddle?
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Mark Andrews keeps scoring. I mean, it's not the best matchup, but I don't know if you can sit him here. And Kraft has been getting Kraft's been getting peppered with targets. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think you know what the answer is. You're sitting Waddle because to make you feel better about Andrews, especially now that they got more offensive help, they've started flexing him out wide, double the amount and rate that they have like earlier in the season, and that's kind of what's contributed to a lot of his success. Like I think Andrews is back.
Yeah.
Listen to your heart, Victoria. It's hashtag never Waddle.
I'm just waiting for the Waddle blow up game, and everyone being like, "Wow, great job, guys!" But it hasn't happened yet once this season. So
for Scampers, I hope Andrews has a great game. However, if Andrews does not have a good game, he is someone I'm going out and trying to trade for before the trade deadline, because I think with the Deontay Johnson now on the team, I think we're going to see Mark Andrews get the work we were expecting all season, which he's gotten in the last few weeks. He's been really good. People need to stop dogging on Mark Andrews. All right, Nicholas King, half PPR. Choose one. Pollard, David Montgomery, or Tyrone Tracy, Jagger?
Monty. Hashtag always Monty.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ladd, D-Hop, or Javonte in a standard league, Victoria?
Standard, it's not as great with Ladd, but I'm still going Ladd. Here.
I like Real to Roo. You need to come back next week, Real to Roo. I just like having you here. Half PPR, Ertz or Kraft, Jagger?
Kraft.
All right. And Victoria, you got a couple minutes left with us before you go to the Discord, so we'll get some more. Neighbors, Drake London or Josh Downs? Victoria?
This is just a bragging question. Neighbors, but sheesh.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, top of the morning, gentlemen. Full PPR, Waddle or Jacoby Myers?
Now I might put Waddle in. We've reached the floor, I think.
That was our second top of the morning as well. Fax or Carr? Is that supposed to be Flacco? Oh, this is fun.
Or Dak. Could
be Dak.
Right.
Probably the other one is
maybe Knicks.
Maybe Knicks. All of those options I want over Carr.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm even willing to explore the fictional facts. So
and then Michael letting us know he was an 80s rocker for Halloween. Like the 1980s, or like an 80-year-old man in a rocker? That's what I want to know.
Great question.
It could go either way. That's like one of those things. It's like, I'm an 80s rocker. And they're like, oh, like one of those like wordplay Halloween costumes. Those people are the worst. I've done some.
Yeah, they are. And they're like, you don't get it? I'm like, no, dude, I'm drunk. It's like,
that's how those conversations go. Victoria, what's the best Halloween costume? You said you've worn Halloween costumes before. What's your best Halloween costume? Your favorite one you've ever had?
Guys, I'm serious. I can't. Yeah.
Okay. Jagger, what's your best Halloween
costume?
I dressed as a tiger and my fiance dressed as Joe Exotic.
Oh, heck yeah. That is good.
I did an ET one year with I made a basket with ET in the basket and attached handlebars to the basket, walked around all night. Although my dream Halloween costume, and I will do it one year, is to have a buddy and go as Statler and Waldorf and make like a balcony to carry around downtown and just walk around and make fun of people all night. I think it'll be the greatest thing ever. I did Weekend at Bernie's once and I get to be Bernie, like dead all night. That was really fun. All right. I just want to talk about my Halloween costumes if you guys didn't figure that out. All right. Well,
wait,
Victoria,
guys,
go.
We talked about Mark Andrews, so I have one question before I go.
Yeah.
because I'm having a tough time. I lost Chris Godwin. I've got Xavier Leggett or Mark Andrews in the flex. I'm starting Kate Otten at tight end. PPR.
It's Andrews for me.
No.
Love that. Love that. Thanks, guys.
Victoria,
Well,
thanks so much for being here with us. You're gonna be over in the Discord for the next hour doing the AMA over there. Do you have any parting words for the people today?
Go Bills. That's it.
Go
And
Bills.
hashtag never waddle.
All right. Love you, Victoria. Now get.
No, get her out of here. All right, Adam. Welcome back, buddy. 2 weeks in a row. You're on a streak. Look at you go.
Keeping it strong. I'm glad to see the glasses ratio is in full effect today. I'm glad I didn't wear my glasses. Jagger's got his. I didn't want to throw it off. And I was sitting backstage there. I was hoping Joey would talk about some of his Halloween costumes. And I think the weekend in Bernie's was probably spot on. I could see you fitting that mold well. So I'm glad that you pulled that off.
It was great. They had fishing line attached to me. So if I wanted to like walk to the bar, I just did like the little dance over to the bar.
That's excellent.
It was really fun. We won, it was like $500.
Oh, wow.
That
That's good.
Not a bad night.
Yeah, it was good stuff. All right. Let's look at the injuries. That's one of the reasons Adam's here is he's real smart when it comes to injuries. We've had a lot of people declared out since the graphics went up. A lot of people that we thought were questionable. Let's run down the graphics and we'll hit those players as we go. So for sure, we know today Tajay Spears is out. Kendre Miller. Christian Kirk, is that his season, by the way, Adam?
Very likely, yeah.
Okay. And then DK Metcalf. What is with DK Metcalf? How many weeks are we expecting him to be out? What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's close. They talked about when it happened. They talked about how it was like a grade 1 MCL sprain, which is the most minor of the variety of MCL sprains. But I mean, average time missed for wide receivers is about 4.5 weeks. That's a long time. Now, that's not grouping just grade 1 MCL sprains. That's grading significant MCL sprains as well. But I always thought it was a long shot that DK Metcalf was not going to miss time. When it initially happened, I had him projected for 2 weeks miss, so we're still meeting that timeline. I think next week is possible. If not, the following week is very, very likely. But yeah, this was kind of always the plan with DK Metcalf anytime you have an MCL sprain.
What about Dallas Goedert? He's been out for a few weeks now.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert seems to really struggle with soft tissue injuries for whatever that's worth. Hamstring strain for NFL tight ends typically is a multi-week injury just because of the positional requirements that go along with that. Of all the injuries, so sampling out quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends, on average, tight ends miss the most amount of time, 4 weeks average for hamstring strains. So this is not uncommon amongst the tight end position. I know it's been a couple weeks for Dallas Goedert. We're probably getting close for him to return, but this is not something that's necessarily eyebrow raising.
Mm-hmm. And then Mike Evans is expected to be back after the Bucks bye next week, from what I hear. So we're looking at week 11 for Mike Evans. So
sounds right.
Hold out hope, everyone. All right, then questionable. No, we do know though Amari Cooper is out today, so get Amari Cooper out of your lineup. Drake May is. Do we know if he's starting today or not?
Last I saw, he was projected to play.
Yeah, he passed concussion protocol. So
all right, Tony Paul to be out there today, and then Brian Robinson Jr. He tweaked his hamstring in warmups today, from what I was reading. What's the latest on Brian Robinson Jr.? I know he's out today, Adam, but what's going on with him?
Yeah, I mean, this is something too that Brian Robinson has been dealing with a little bit. Beginning of the year, he had a knee issue, so probably closely related, assuming it is the same side. It sounds like he was close to playing. I know it would be interesting. I'll have to go and dig up those reports. Did he actually strain it more? Or is he just dealing with some hamstring tightness? I think he was probably close to playing this week, so I don't think we can necessarily bank on him missing next week. We'll have to see kind of what the reports out of Washington say, but I think it's possible you have Brian Robinson back next week.
Okay, excellent. Hopefully he is. We like having him out there. He's been really good this season. And then Tank Bigsby and Brian Thomas Jr. are both questionable, and they have a 4:00 kickoff. Are we hearing that they're both most likely to play, and Travis Etienne as well? So the whole Jaguars.
Yeah. Based on the reports that Jaguars Cheerio, I think we're expecting them all to play. It's always a little bit risky with those later kickoffs. I mean, you saw with Brian Robinson Jr., he was expected to play last night. Adam Schefter reporting that he was likely to play and then, went through pregame warmups. So it's always a risk with afternoon games. But as of right now, Tank Bigsby, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, all expected to play. I think Travis Etienne is the riskiest one, to be honest with you, just based on his injury, hamstring strain. Fantasy production typically dips upon return for running backs that deal with that type of injury. Brian Thomas Jr. with the rib injury probably has the highest likelihood of re-injuring that, just because if he takes a good shot to the chest, could have a flare-up of symptoms that pulls him out. But it sounds like all of them should be active for the late kickoff.
Perfect. And then Josh Jacobs and Bucky Irving's dealing with a toe injury. The coach said that he's going to be playing through it for the season. It seems like it's going to be lingering all year. Do you expect him to miss any time with this? Is a toe injury something people usually miss time with, or?
Typically, I mean, now if it's like a turf toe issue, which they haven't come out and said exactly that's what it is. But typically that does result in time missed, especially for NFL running backs. He's been playing through it. He was on the injury report last week and he had a pretty decent week. So I'm okay, but leaving him, Bucky Irving in the lineups until he gives us a reason not to.
Yet to do that because he has looked great. All right. And expected to play today, we do know Jordan Love, Tyreek Hill, Derek Carr. With Puka Nacua, he's expected to play, but we've had a few question marks about him today. Well, what's going on with Puka, Adam?
Yeah, his injury too, that they talked about, what pulled him out of practice, falling on his knee. I mean, that fits that injury mechanism for PCL type injuries, which is what we expect Puka Nacua has been dealing with in the preseason and then the start of the season. I mean, I tweeted out yesterday, we've kind of seen the risk and reward with Puka Nacua. I mean, he could fall anywhere between what we saw in week 1, where he had a flare up and that knee ballooned up and he was removed for the game and he missed multiple weeks. And then, last week they said he was going to be on limited snaps and he was the Rams pretty much wide receiver 1, had a great week. Everything in fantasy football is risk reward. I think Puka Nacua is active. He should be in lineups, but there's risk with that. I mean, he could very easily, again, irritate that knee, deal with some inflammation and some swelling that causes him to, be removed from the game. So just know what you're getting yourself into with Puka Nacua.
Perfect. And then Tyrone Tracy, clear concussion protocol. TJ Hawkinson, first week back. Now, we've talked about TJ Hawkinson the last few weeks, Adam. He is returning. Today's his first day back after a season-ending injury last year. What should we expect with his first game back?
It's always tough. I mean, if you drafted TJ Hawkinson, you've been waiting a long time. I think the Vikings' progression has been very appropriate. And they've, been careful with TJ Hawkinson. It does not seem like he's rushing him back. So I would assume he's 100% at this point. But you never know. Rust factor. He hasn't played with Sam Darnold. What's that connection going to be like? I typically like to err on the side of caution if the guy's missed, the first half of the season and this is his first game back. But like I said, I understand the appeal of wanting to rush and get TJ Hawkinson into your lineups because you've been waiting a while.
All right. And then not expected to play today. Zach Moss, who was officially out today. Also officially out, T. Higgins. Any Yoshi love today, Jagger?
If you need like a flex spot, I mean, we've seen the floor at least. You could get 7 points. You may get a touchdown with him, but I'm not trying to force him in a lineup like some guys.
I need a flex spot bad.
Well, there you are, man. There you go.
And then Jonathan Brooks, not expected to play today. And as Jeff went over, if he's not activated onto the active roster by Monday, in all the redraft leagues, he can be cut. Adam, what do you think he'll be activated to go this year, or do you think they're going to shut him down?
I really don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my horn. This is kind of my fear with Jonathan Brooks. And actually, I was on a show for Dynasty with Jagger and Jeff when we talked about Jonathan Brooks. And this is the reason. I know this is a redraft show. People are trying to get start sits, but this is the reason in Dynasty leagues I was a little bit lower on Jonathan Brooks because there's a buy window now. I mean, when a guy's not playing, we talk about how dynasty and redraft are getting closer and closer together, and it's more reactionary. Your league mates aren't seeing Jonathan Brooks playing. There's a decent possibility he doesn't play this year. This isn't like an abnormal timeline. I haven't heard anything about him having a re-injury or a setback or anything like that. This is just, sometimes what happens, not everyone comes back from an ACL tear in 9 months. Sometimes it can take 11 and a half months for a guy to get back. There's probably some game theory going on with Carolina. They're obviously not competitive. So what's the point of bringing Jonathan Brooks back? I think if he's healthy, like, this is the NFL. This is how guys make a living. This is how they earn money. I think if he's ready to go, they would activate him. But yeah, the timeline's getting a little tight. We're getting a little nervous here.
Perfect. All right. Were there any players that we didn't go over? Adam, do you think we need to highlight a little bit?
The only other one is Tony Pollard. Dealing with a foot injury. He has a history of foot injuries and high ankle sprain surgery. Definitely that has limited him in the past. On average, foot injuries can be a little bit difficult for running backs. We see a moderate to high decrease in fantasy football production. I think he's in flex consideration. I don't think he's a set and forget it like RB2 in lineups. And for that reason as well, deeper leagues, I don't know if you guys have gotten questions. I think Julius Chestnut is interesting, although I'm not trying to force him into lineups. Just with Tony Pollard dealing with this injury, I think he's somebody that definitely is worth consideration.
Perfect. All right. Thanks so much there. And the peek behind the curtain, I don't know if Jagger knows this. Adam, we're going to all get to meet. You're going to be in Vegas, aren't you?
Yes.
You're going to Vegas?
Absolutely.
Isn't that exciting?
Hell yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
So yeah, it's
I just
one
bought
of the
my
things.
plane tickets this week. So
Same.
Nice.
Same.
Oh man, this is going to be fun. Yeah. One of the things about working remote is sometimes you don't get to meet the people you work with, but thanks to the retreat, we all get to meet. So that's going to be real exciting. We'll have to get a picture together.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's hop right back into the questions. And just a reminder, we're here for the next half hour. Once that half hour is done, hop over to the Discord. Actually, we're here until 12:30. At 12:30, you can hop over to the Discord. Victoria's over there answering all of your starts and sits. All right. Mimo Cuevos, full PPR, 3 wide receivers and a flex. So we need a lot of people here, Adam. So Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's get the wide receivers out of the way first. So Marvin Harrison Jr., Tillman, Jacoby Myers, Sutton, Worthy, Leggett. Amari Cooper is out. So he is not going to be one of these 3 wide receivers. So pick 3 wide receivers.
So I'd probably pick Marvin Harrison Jr. I like Tillman. He's definitely been hot. I'm going to ride that hot streak. And then I would probably pick Leggett or Sutton. But I don't feel great about either one. Maybe Jagger can help me and help out Mamo here and give him a solid wide receiver 3 option.
You already picked Tillman and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'd probably pick Jacoby Myers as my third, Worthy as my third.
Okay. And then Tracy's going to be your flex there, Mimo.
Yeah.
We're pretty strong on him today.
Yeah.
All right, Skip B, PPR. I've got Kyler and McBride starting. Well done. I've got a few leagues like that as well. Do I play Marvin Harrison Jr., Waddle, or Bigsby in the flex? Irving also is an option in the flex. Jagger, who should he play in the flex?
I'm going to play Bigsby. And I'm at is Marvin Harrison Jr. and Waddle flex options, or is that?
Yeah.
Oh crap. MHJ then easy. Even if he's going to be the sacrificial X, he can make a big play.
Perfect. And just going back to this, Skippy, you've got some, with Bucky Irving being questionable on Monday night, you've got some good options you're going to know before Monday. So don't even risk it. So that's why Bucky wasn't really in a conversation there. All right, Marty Marr. Sorry, Dax, Carr, and Goff. Will Dax be good rest of the season? Adam, is he going to be good the rest of the season? That's Dak.
Who's Dak Prescott?
Yeah, I'm guessing Dak.
Yeah, sure.
Or has Arnold taken the name of Christ in like Christmas? So it's just Dax. So it's supposed to be Darnold. I don't know.
I have no idea. You lost me on that one.
Yeah. You didn't connect the dots on that one? No.
No.
So Darnold, but in Christmas, some people put X because they don't love,
Oh, okay.
I had to walk you through that one. It was not good. Yeah. I told a joke earlier about a carpenter, and it really fell flat. So
you've had better jokes on the show. I feel like you're going to redeem yourself.
I was trying to redeem for the Redeemer. I don't know what was going on. Greetings, Tyreek Hill. There we go. Yes, I'm back. All right, greetings. Tyreek Hill versus the Bills and McLaurin and PPR. Adam, where are we going there? Hill or McLaurin?
I'm going to play Tyreek Hill. I'm not benching Tyreek Hill.
Johnny, a little rough today, buddy. Hi, guys. James Cook or Cooper Kupp in the flex? Jagger, pick one. That's tough.
I'm going to play Cooper Kupp since it's full PPR.
I say this once per show. Johnny, find a way to get both those guys in your lineup because those are both starters.
Yep.
All right. NK, one flex. Jaden Reed, Brian Thomas Jr., or Tank. Adam, pick one.
I'm going to pick... Oh, man. It's hard because they have the late kickoff. I would probably pick Brian Thomas Jr., and then if for some reason he was a late scratch, you could pivot to Tank Bigsby. I know Brian Thomas Jr. has an injury thing. It's relatively, it's less concerning, I guess, than what Jordan Love is dealing with. And if Jordan Love's pulled again, I expect that to hurt Jaden Reed's value. So I'd be going with Brian Thomas Jr.
All right. That girl is giving the middle finger. That's funny. Pick two: Monty, Dobbins, Mooney. And thank you, sir. So Mooney's going to be one of them. Jagger, who's the other? Between Dobbins and Monty. Yeah,
it's going to be
Monty Mooney. Owen Frazier, Shakir or Tillman. Owen, for me, it's going to be Shakir today. With no Amari Cooper, Shakir's going to get all the work he needs.
Yep.
And Drake May or Kyler Murray. Adam.
Kyler, and it's not close.
Yep.
Dane, as soon as I said it, I realized it was another dog picture on another show, and it was not you. But your dog looked like that dog, and I thought, oh, is that Dane? But it wasn't. So, yeah, as soon as I said it, but... All right, Mike in here. Hey, we love you. We love having you. I love football almost as much as I love football guys. Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much. And Brian Robinson Jr. just confirmed out. Eckler, a must play. So let's talk about Austin Eckler a little bit. Jagger, how high would you have Austin Eckler ranked? I actually moved Eckler in my rankings right to where I had Brian Robinson Jr. at about running back 22. Would you be a little higher or a little lower on him?
Lower than that. Like I'd have him top 30. It's just actually I had him right around Alexander Madison at like 31, and I'm not moving him at all. I just think he's fine right there.
Perfect. Oh, G Dragon, you're getting that question in here, aren't you? Jeff Bell, throw me a prop or two for the Bills game. Squish him. Yeah, Jeff's gone. So, I would say with Amari Cooper out, if you can get the lines on the Khalil Shakir receiving receptions, I would probably take it. If it's like anything like 4 or 5, I would take that. 6, I'm a little scared there. All right. 2 Poly 6. Good morning, football guys. Good morning to you. Love or Dak? I have a CD if that matters. I have a bunch of CDs. I probably need to get rid of them. Adam, love or Dak?
There was with the joke. You got me with that one. With CD Lamb, that does matter. I'd be playing Dak Prescott to get the stack, and Jordan Love groin injury is expected to play, but soft tissue injuries can flare up. So I'd be going with Dak.
Perfect. I feel like our chat at this point just gives me stuff to say, but no one's tried to really catch me in anything dirty this year.
Not yet.
And we got an election on Tuesday. Where's JB's grandma? Like she's supposed to.
I know
she's got to be. She's somewhere. She's lurking in there somewhere.
This is your week.
Probably getting ready for the 6th. I don't know. All right. Good morning. PPR need wide receiver. Wide receiver 3. JSN, Mooney, Ladd, or McLaurin. It's going to be Mooney. And then flex one of them. So okay, between JSN, Ladd. Oh, it's just Ladd McConkey. I thought McLaurin was in there. So JSN and Ladd.
I'd have Eckler. JSN.
Yeah.
Tight end Laporta Kraft. Do you like Laporta more that J-Mo's out?
I think Laporta's got to get it right. I don't think last year was an anomaly. I think what we saw is absolutely in his talent set, and it's going to happen this year. It's just how soon, and J-Mo being out might be the thing to bring it out. So, yeah, I do like Laporta this week. I would start Laporta over Kraft personally.
Mm-hmm.
Do we answer it for him?
Oh,
We hit it all?
Laporta. Yeah, Laporta.
Okay. And then Ben Wellman. And with the news, Eckler versus JSN and half PPR. Are we that high?
Probably.
No, we're not that high on Eckler. So it'll still be JSN.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit this one earlier. Hey, Alex, what's up, friends? First year as a paid subscriber to Footballguys. Thank you so much. Got you to 7-1. All right,
Heck
everybody
yeah.
do thumbs up. We're going to share the screenshot with Joe. All right, I'll hit that later. All right, hey, Alex, thank you so much for being a subscriber. We appreciate you so much. And Michael, Eckler or Madison in PPR with 2.40-yard bonuses. Adam.
I'd be playing Eckler in that situation.
Okay. And it's going to be Shakir over Tillman. Shot boy killing Dowdle, Tracy, or Sutton in the flex. Jagger.
Tracy by a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott was a healthy scratch. He didn't even travel with the team. He did something bad. We haven't found out what yet.
We did. He's missed.
Did.
Like he's routinely been late. He's missed like 3 meetings. Friday was the last straw where he missed a team meeting, and both sides agreed that he shouldn't go and fly with them. So he's just being a duty head.
Zeke, listen, there's one thing I need to depend on you this season, and only one thing. On Thanksgiving, I need you to jump in a red pot. So let's straighten it out, buddy. Okay. All right. Puka Downs, since he's not 100%. So Puka or Downs, Adam?
I'd still be playing Puka.
And then Higginson or Andrews? Give me Andrews. Let's not trust TJ Hawkinson coming off that injury just yet. And Hubbard or Tillman in a flex. That's interesting. Hubbard or Tillman. We've had both those names discussed a lot today, but never head to head. Jagger?
I think I'm going to Hubbard is pretty safe for me. Like that. Especially if you're all right and you're not too worried, I'd put Hubbard. If you're really chasing some points, Tillman does have that ceiling.
What about because he was deciding between Puka and Downs? Would you take Downs over Chuba? Because that might not, or Tillman. That might not be a bad option either. Playing Josh Downs 100%. With Flacco.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a question similar to that. Like you can always move stuff around because of your flex. And like, what are the times on these games? Because you have some pivot options as well. Like
Puka plays late. They have the afternoon kickoff at 4:25 Eastern. The Colts play on Monday night, so
you got some options. So basically, I would play Hubbard, and then you have Puka and Downs to choose between. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, that does. That's actually a good option. And if Puka was active, I'd be playing him over Downs.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon Earl. Half PPR. Should I pick up Braylon Allen or Devin Singletary? Both are available.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna we got 5 minutes left in the show. We're gonna try to get through as many of these as we can. It's JSN. And for some reason that popped in twice. JSN. And Scott Fishbowl, should I go Bryce Young with Leggett stack or Leggett and JSN? You don't need to start a quarterback in that spot in Scott Fishbowl. And a lot of times this year I've fallen into the trap of starting the quarterback. Go JSN and Leggett. And then traded Jalen Warren, Bryce Young, Keon Coleman in a 2025 draft round 5 for Matthew Stafford, Rico Dowdle, George Pickens. That's a big trade there. That's a big boy trade. I think I like I don't know what side of that I like better. It's
a fair trade.
Fair. To me, I like the George Pickens is the best one in that, but Matt Stafford has value over the next 2 years. That's pretty liquid. So I don't know. Like, I think it's just a fair trade is the answer.
And JSN, and it's going to be Mooney.
Yeah.
Leggett on the bench. Juwan Jennings on the waiver wire. Snag Juwan Jennings or hang on to Leggett.
Hang on to Leggett.
I thought we were going to go a show without seeing Terminal Sarcasm, but he showed up right at the. He's on reverse daylight savings time. He's here an hour late. Kincaid or Bryce Young in the super flex spot and 4 points per passing touchdown. I'd actually go Kincaid there. Matthew, you only got to put it in there once, buddy. We'll
I
get to
only
it.
put it once. Yeah.
Downs or DJ Moore, Adam?
DJ Moore.
CM Punk. All right. Yep. We're glad you got that subscription, Alex. Trade question. Cedric Tillman for Mark Andrews.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You're going to be acquiring Mark Andrews?
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing it. But yeah, go get Andrews. All right. Need one. It's going to be Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Go Bucks. I agree. Hey, what's up? I was listening to your Dynasty running back rankings and ended up selling Dobbins for an early 2025 second and a mid 2025 fourth. He was my fourth player on the bench and a 12x11 super flex. So big W. So good job.
Heck,
Theo.
yes, it was. Thank you, Theo. I'm glad we helped you out.
And that mustache is looking
strong,
mm-hmm.
real strong.
And Zocole, Dalton Kincaid or Ferguson half PPR. That's interesting. Adam.
I mean, I really want to go Dalton Kincaid with Cooper out. We just have not seen like the big Dalton Kincaid week. He doesn't have a lot of yards. A lot of his games have been buoyed by receptions and a touchdown here or there. So I'd probably go Ferguson for that reason.
I got Ferguson 2 spots ahead.
And Chase Brown, Tyron Tracy, or Josh Downs. Man, that's tough.
I think I'm going Downs. I think I'm going to go Downs since it's full PPR.
And with Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
with Joe Flacco, I love Josh Downs.
He slings it.
Chase Brown, Hunt, Monty, or Waddle. Need two. Can we just do Brown and Hunt and everyone would be, but Monty's in there.
Yeah. I'm going to go Hunt and Monty.
Yeah, that's probably where I'd go.
Okay.
Shakir,
Tillman. It's going to be Shakir. And then bye, Jeff. Hi, Victoria. Wow. So, guys, we reached half an hour of questions of the show today, which means you guys had a lot of questions today, which means you guys are still competing in your leagues. So we'd love to see that. Let's keep going. That's Darnell Mooney. Good morning. Do I play J.K. Dobbins or Brian Thomas Jr., who's questionable in the flex? Is that Chargers game at 4:00?
Yes.
Okay.
And BTJ's out. So, or wait, no, he's not. That's Brian Robinson. Sorry. Let me double check the time there. Hang on.
Yeah, the Browns play at noon.
That's a noon game.
The Browns play the Chargers. It's risky, and I get it. And some places we've been burned, but I'd be playing Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, and then look for a pivot option. If Brenton Strange or something, or Parker Washington's on the bench or on the waivers, you can pick him up, or look at what your later flex plays are. But J.K. Dobbins is like a 7.4 play. His ceiling's like 10.
And David sit Waddle. Derek PPR need two of these guys. Tracy, DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Ladd McConkey. Tracy's going to be one of them. Who's the other one, Adam?
I'm gonna pick Marvin Harrison Jr. I feel like we kind of saw something last week where they were finally getting him more involved.
Okay. And then Hawkins and Komet. Yeah,
Komet answered that one.
Cable. Starting Njoku, Dobbins, Chuba, or Waddle at the flex. I feel kind of weird starting Chuba or Waddle, but I don't know. Jagger doesn't feel weird starting Chuba Hubbard. Would you start him over Dobbins?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's full PPR. And Ferguson or Ingram?
Ingram. I have Ingram tight end 3 this week. I'm grossly high on Ingram.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be our show today. Thank you so much if you tuned in. I apologize if we didn't get your question. Make sure to hop over to the Discord where Victoria is answering all of those extra questions now for you. Jagger, any final words for the audience today?
No, we actually got some points expected this week. That could be a trap, but should be a fun time as always, guys. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Just win, baby.
Adam, what do you got to say to the people?
I was just scrolling through there. There was a lot of Jalen Coker questions late. I mean, I don't know where you guys feel. Coker feels like a trap. I don't know.
100%. We're very anti-Coker, guys.
Yeah.
Did you like Bryce Young?
No. Are you asking me or them? No. The answer is
Everybody.
no.
Just-
Everybody. No. So I just saw that late. I think in all those options, whoever it was, Coker and whoever, I would go the other person in those questions. But otherwise, good luck to everybody. And it was great to be back on the show with you guys.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. Go win some matchups.